There's been an article written in the newspaper a couple of weeks ago that my good boxing friends and supporters have asked me to respond to. And I thought about it, and I thought the best way to respond to it is to explain how boxing started here. In 2013, His Serene Highness Prince Albert gave us the blessing and his backing to start boxing here. It was 10 years ago that we had our first tournament here. Jean-Louis Mazarel, Frederick Darnay and Pauline Loeb came on board, along with the backing of the SVM financial group, and we kicked off boxing. Our first promoter was Rodney Berman of Golden Gloves, who had the foresight to bring Triple G, Gennady Golovkin to Monaco. Gennady kick-started his career off here. It culminated with a world title fight with Martin Murray, and he eventually went to America to become a legend and a world and household name in boxing. So, and Gennady is in constant contact with me. His heart is deeply involved with Monaco. He loves the place. To get boxing going, we had a big problem. We hadn't had boxing here for many years. And I was lucky to have my Russian friend Boris Ivanov, Mr. Gotcha, and a couple other people that funded me and bought tickets for the first tournament that I could take and go and give out to people to make sure that the stadium was full. So I've got to thank these guys. And you know, it's always a pleasure to come back and see what's going on. Jean-Louis Mazarel asked us to move boxing to another level. And that's why my good friend Eddie Hearn is sitting here. He comes from a family that has been involved in boxing for many years. Barry's a household name, his father. What I like about Matchroom, they've got a young team there. They are the biggest and best promoters in the world. And Eddie, thank you very much for coming on board with us here, and it's always nice to see you. Monaco, Monaco has one thing that it's really good at. It's building bridges between other nations and other peoples. And I think that boxing has latched onto that, and looking at the build today, you will see me part of that. So I think we're going to come a long way with the boxing. There's been a lot of support and good people that have helped us. And Eddie, thank you very much for all you've done. You, Frank, it's a privilege to deal with you guys. And I wish the boxers, on behalf of Albert, all the boxers and the managers, he would love you to enjoy yourself here. Best of luck in the fights, and hope to see you here again. And as to end off with, I would like to just mention that one of the big driving forces and a big supporter and friend of mine was Jean-Louis Mazarel, who passed away 2 months ago. I'm sure Jean-Louis is up in the big ring in the sky, watching us from the ring there, and he's really proud of what he sees here. To end up with, I'll just mention what Michael Buff always said: let's get ready to rumble on Saturday.
Thank you, Michael. You see, you got around the world. I didn't get around the world. You're very popular. But I must echo what you said about Jean-Louis Mazarel. I mean, one of the driving forces behind bringing us to Monaco, and one of the classiest, most elegant men I've ever met. So our thoughts with Jean-Louis Mazarel and his family, may he rest in peace. As we go on to the Casino de Monte Carlo, SBM, as I said, a truly unique venue, pure class. I hope you've all got your tuxedos and gowns ready for a top night on Saturday night. I'd like to pass over to Rudy Tarditi to say a few words on behalf of the Casino de Monte Carlo.
Yes, I would say it's very important for us to receive an event like that. It's very important for the picture of the casino and of the SBM in the world. And so we are very happy. Welcome to the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. And all these international events are only possible with a commission that can take us forward. Laura Bonds, welcome back. Good to see you. I've seen you around the world, but great to see you here in Monaco.
Thank you.
And so refreshing and exciting, I guess, for you as well to bring World Championship boxing back to Monaco.
Absolutely. So first, I would like to thank the Principality of Monaco, la Société des Bains de Mer, and to make this prestigious event happen in Monaco. Of course, it's a great pleasure again to see you back in Principality of Monaco. For me, you are one of the most, I could say, the most prestigious and important boxing promoter in the world. And it's an honor for me to welcome you in Monaco again. Saturday night, you will have the opportunity to attend an amazing boxing event with 4 titles, 8 high-level and powerful boxers. Believe me, on Saturday night, Monaco will be the worldwide capital of boxing. And now, I would like to say just good luck, bonne chance to all the boxers. May the best one win. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right, let's go on to the fights. As Lawrence said, 4 fantastic championship fights on Saturday night. We kick off with, as I said, a fight that we cannot wait to see, the rematch between Ramla Ali and Luis de Guzman. Ramla, we'll start with you. Welcome. This is a fight that's got the whole world talking. I know you've been buried away in camp, keeping yourself just focused, but there is a lot of people excited, a lot of people giving you tremendous props for jumping straight back in the rematch. I know you're not after that, you're just after a good performance on Saturday, but a big moment for you and exciting to be involved in such a huge fight for your career.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a huge fight for me, but you know, it's like you said. A lot of people are looking in and saying, you know, why are you jumping straight back into this rematch? Like I was speaking to Steve Bunce earlier. He was giving me props for jumping straight in, but you know, like with me, my whole life has sort of been riddled with challenges. Like, as everybody knows, my backstory has been, you know, talked about to death, and you know, I've had challenges in my personal life, and I've had challenges in my sporting life, and you've just got to sort of accept those challenges, basically. And I was also telling Steve this as well. I was watching a movie the other day. I think it was like a baseball type movie, and there was like this famous quote that says, "Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." So you can never let fear keep you from doing what you want to do, and to keep you from achieving your dreams and your goals, basically.
Nice quote, and I get it as well. And people remember, or forget, should I say, from that fight, for a large portion of the fight, you were controlling the fight, you were boxing well. We know you like to get involved, you like to have a bit of a war, which was good for Guzman in the fight as well. Is this fight about staying disciplined, listening to Manny and the team? We know there's going to be tough moments in the fight again, but prepared to do whatever it takes on Saturday.
Yeah, like all fights that I've had have been, in my opinion, I mean, people might not necessarily think it's tough, but all fights that I've had have been tough. Like, I train equally as hard for my pro debut as I did for this camp. So I consider every person in front of me as a challenge. And, you know, I always try to stay disciplined, and yeah, you know, I like to get involved, I like to have a bit of a tear up. Who doesn't? You know, why do we box in the first place? But yeah, it's about, you know, staying disciplined, sticking to the game plan, listening to Manny as much as I've probably given him more grey hairs this camp than I've ever done. And I know from that, you know, it'll be a great day on Saturday.
Well, look forward to seeing you back in the ring. Luis de Guzman, welcome. Last time out was an incredible performance. You gained a lot of fans and plaudits around the world. Fully confident going into this fight. I've heard you say that you expect to win faster this time on Saturday.
En primer lugar, bienvenida, Luisa. Obviamente la última vez que conseguiste la victoria ganaste muchos fans, no solamente que vieron esta noche, pero también por el mundo. Pero lo que has dicho ahora mismo, que vas a ganar aún más rápido, ¿así lo crees para el sábado?
Sí, primero que nada estoy muy contenta por esta nueva pelea. Hoy es diferente. vengo a defender lo que es mío, no vengo de retadora, entonces eso hace una pelea muy difícil para Rambla. Voy a morir en raya, siempre lo he dicho, sé que vas a correr, sé que lo harás, pero yo estoy dispuesta a volar arriba del ring con tal de cumplir lo prometido, que es noquearte de nuevo. ¡Viva México!
Yes, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you very much. It's great to have, another opportunity to have a fight. This is slightly different now. This is different because I'm defending what's mine. I'm no longer the challenger, and this is going to make it even more difficult for Ramla because I know that you're going to run, and I'll be ready to fly at you in the ring. And I promise I'm going to make good on my promise of knocking you out. Viva Mexico!
And finally, Ulissa, obviously, you know that you carry the power, and this fight for you, a very important fight for your career. If you come through Ramla Ali, some huge fights out there in the division, maybe Erica Cruz, maybe even up at featherweight with Amanda Serrano, but all your focus is on Saturday night.
Sí, por último, Ulises, sabemos el poder que tienes, pero esta también una victoria el sábado por la noche tendrá un impacto muy grande en tu carrera si llegas a ganarle a Ramla Ali. Hay grandes peleas en la división. Erika Cruz es una posibilidad también, quizás subir de división y enfrentarte a Amanda Serrano, pero totalmente enfocado, supongo, enfocada en la pelea del sábado.
Sí, primeramente pasar ese compromiso que, como lo vuelvo a repetir, yo creo que esa decisión va a ser a favor mía. Pasando ese compromiso yo estoy dispuesta a lo que venga, pelear con las mejores, con tal de ser la mejor.
Yes, so first, I have to make good on this promise and come through this, what I've got to do on Saturday. But as I repeat what I've said before in previous interviews, that the decision to take this rematch will go in my favour. And then, following on from this fight, I want to face the best. I want to face the best in the divisions, but I want to be the best.
Well, thank you very much, Ulissa and Ramla. An incredible fight to open the action on Saturday night. Now, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch Nontshinga in action, and we'll start with Nontshinga as a world champion. This young man is, in my opinion, pound for pound, one of the most exciting fighters on the planet. If you had the opportunity to watch him in Mexico in one of the best fights I've seen of the year, and then returning back to South Africa as well, welcome. This time Monaco, you're fighting all over the world. You're fast becoming fight fans' favourite fighter, and a very unique experience for you to fight internationally on Saturday.
First of all, greetings to you all. You all guys look great and beautiful today. To you, Mr. Eli, thank you so much for granting me such opportunities. And yeah, looking forward to the fight day. I've been working hard. I've been pushing myself. I've worked so hard with my team back at home. I'm glad to be here. What I can say is, it just feels good to be here, and I also believe that it takes a special person to achieve such greatness.
Last time you fought a Mexican, it was unbelievable, incredible, and they're telling me now that this fight will be a similar kind of fight. If that is the case, everybody in the casino on Saturday, everybody watching around the world on the zone are in for a treat.
What I can say is, I'm gonna get inside the square and do what I know, nothing less, nothing more. And I'm expecting a good, clean fight. We did what we did back in Mexico. So I'm just used to big stages now, and yeah, each and every one think I don't have any experience, but the ability that I have to just get inside the ring and deliver and do the job, it makes me like a special person indeed. So yeah, I'm just expecting a good clean fight, and I want to give like the people of Monaco the great show that they will never forget again, just like we did in Mexico.
Well, the special one, IBF champion Nontshinga, and we go back to the Mexican part of the table. Adrian, welcome. A big opportunity for you in Mexico. Our friends, our colleagues talking about this fight will be very special on Saturday.
Adrián, en primer lugar, bienvenido. Una gran oportunidad para ti. Nuestros amigos en México están muy pendientes de la pelea y piensan que va a ser una noche muy especial este sábado.
Claro que sí, agradezco la oportunidad agradezco a todo México y estoy comprometido y dispuesto a llevarles ese cinturón a casa.
Yes, so I have to say thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Mexico, for the opportunity. I'm completely committed to getting this victory and taking that belt home to Mexico.
You saw last Saturday Rocky Hernandez come within 20 seconds of another Mexican world champion. You're fully confident that on Saturday night, Mexico will have a new world champion.
Si viste un paisano, Rocky Hernández, estar solamente 20 segundos de convertirse en campeón del mundo, pero tú estás convencido de que el sábado México va a tener un nuevo campeón del mundo.
Claro que sí, claro, vi la pelea y creo que tenemos mucha hambre de ganar. Para ganarme necesita matarme, para matarme tiene que estar dispuesto a morir también, así es que el único victorioso ese día voy a ser yo.
Yeah, I saw that fight, and I think it shows you the hunger that we've got. I need to almost die to win this belt, and he has to also be prepared to do the same if he wants to get the victory, but it will be me who will get it.
Well, good luck between tremendous fight on Saturday. Nontshinga against Curiel, South Africa against Mexico for the IBF world title. Now, one of France's top pound-for-pound fighters, a man that I believe will go on and challenge for the world title at 147 pounds. Sulaiman Sissoko, welcome to you, and Team 258, etc. Not far to travel for this one. We've seen you on Canelo Alvarez card, we've seen you boxing all around the world. Pretty special to be involved in a big fight in Monaco.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very happy to be here. Like I said, I feel like I'm at home. So yeah, we had a very good camp. We've been working very hard, and I can't wait to get back in the ring on Saturday night.
A good opponent in Lucero, going to be all action. And the key for you now, momentum and activity. We know it's been a sort of up and down, 12 to 18 months with injuries, etc. But a good win on Saturday night and move forward to some mega fights in 2024.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking forward for that, the big fight, for the title fight. So yeah, Lucero is a good fighter. We know the Mexican fighter, they are very tough. So yeah, can't wait to be in the ring, to share the ring with him, and then move forward for the world title.
Thank you, sir. Isaiah Lucero, welcome. You're in good company there with lots of Mexican fighters, all hungry for big performances on Saturday night.
Bienvenido Isaías, estás en buena compañía ahí con tus paisanos. Hay mucho hambre ahí para ganar la pelea y tener una buena noche de sábado.
Así es, le quiero dar gracias por esta oportunidad y sí, tengo mucha hambre de ganar, de triunfar, porque esta experiencia me está gustando y venimos. Yo sé que va a ser una pelea complicada porque tiene mucha pelea amateur, pero no es posible para ganar.
Yes, firstly I have to say thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, there's lots of hunger to get that win, to get that triumph. I'm really enjoying this experience, so I want to go through and get a victory. I understand it won't be difficult, or it will be difficult because I'm facing someone who has great amateur pedigree, but I feel that we're going into this fight and I want to do my best.
Sulaiman Sissoko against Lucero on Saturday night, WBC Silver Welterweight Championship. We go on to the main event. Fantastic fight between, as I said, in my opinion and many's opinion, the top 130 pounder in the world, Joe Cordina, against Edward Vasquez. I must say that when O'Shaquie Foster won or defended his world title in Mexico last week, I said to him, you versus Cordina next for a unification, and he said he's got to get past Edward Vasquez. I know him, I spar with him, and this is a tough, what he called a 50-50 fight. Joe Cordina looking at the big unifications next year, the stadium fights, but the man to my left with a lifelong dream of his father to become world champion gets that opportunity on Saturday night. Edward, welcome. I've been very impressed with your interviews, calm, collected, focused, confident ahead of a lifelong dream on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to Matchroom, Luke DeBella, just to zone everyone that has, a part in this. I appreciate everyone for the opportunity. But yeah, man, I feel like this is, I feel like everyone has their time. I feel like this is my time. I'm here for a reason. I'm very blessed to be here. I'm ready. I'm prepared. And if you have looked at my career, studied my career at all, I've been the challenger almost every time, and I've come on top every time, except for that one bullshit con. You know what I'm talking about. But if that doesn't happen again and it goes to the scorecards, I'm going to pull this off, and I'm here to pull the upset, and I'm just ready to hand over and Texas ass whooping, and just keep doing what we do.
Yeah, Joe Cordina, obviously, I guess people are looking at what might be next. He said you've got to be very special to beat him. I think he said he called him cocky or arrogant or whatever it was, but do you think he's overlooking you in this fight?
I hope he is. At the end of the day, I don't care how he's looking at it. I just want him to be 100% ready. I don't want to hear any excuses. Every time I beat these guys that I'm supposed to lose to, there's always some bullshit excuse that comes out. Training camp was bad, my coach was bad, or something. I didn't feel good, wake up was bad. I don't want to hear any of that. I'm 100% ready. We had all the time to get ready for this fight, so come Saturday night, we'll see who's the best one.
I know you won't give the tactics away, but what do you do to beat Joe Cordina? We know that he can punch, you saw that in the Igawa fight, we know that he can bite down on the gum shield, you saw that in the Rakimov fight as well, a very all-rounded fighter. Do you have to take him to the trenches in Monaco on Saturday night?
I just got to do me, man. I got to do me and listen to my coach, listen to my team, and stick to the game plan. He's got a lot of great attributes, but he's never been in there with someone like me, and he's going to find out.
Joe, welcome. Talking a good game. This man to my left, it's good to see. I know you boxed in Monaco before, it's a unique environment. People talking about what might be next, but certainly in for a real fight on Saturday.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Michael, Rudy, Eddie, Matchroom and Zone for having me back in Monaco. It was 4 years since I boxed here last, 2019. So yeah, it's a special place, got a special place in my heart. But yeah, going to Edward, he's a good fighter. I've never once disrespected him. I'm taking this very seriously. Don't worry, I seen an interview, he said that he thinks I'm taking him lightly. Trust me, I've never took a journeyman lightly, never mind the world title fight. This is a fight that potentially going to set up my future and my kids' future. I've got 3 kids to look after. So every time it gets tough, I think of my kids. So yeah, it's a very good fighter, and I know he's going to put it all on the line, and I'm willing to do the same too.
You showed so much in the last 2 fights, particularly people who might question your power, you deliver a knockout of the year, people that might question if you were tough enough, you delivered in a war, in a fight of the year against Rakimov. What sort of fight are you expecting against this man?
Listen, he's going to bring it. It's a big opportunity for him, and he's a good fighter. I've watched the fight against Rayfield. I thought he probably should have won. So yeah, he's going to bring the game. He's going to bring the heat. I'm ready to match whatever he brings. And like you said, no one said I had power. Then I knocked out Ogawa. Then they said, oh, he can only look pretty. He can only do this. Then I shot the take down. Now, if you come into the gym and see how I train and how I spar and everything else, I do that on a daily. But that's the only fight in my pro career that I've had to get out my first gear, is that Rakimov fight. So yeah, like he said, me saying you got to be special to beat me, he's saying I'm cocky. It's not cocky. It's the only thing is I believe in my ability, and I've done it time after time as a pro, and I've done it all through my amateur career. 180 odd amateur fights. My man's next to me to my right. I've known him since 2009. Solid Sissoko. We've been all around the world together, and I've beat some great fighters and people who've won Olympic medals, world medals. I know it's pro boxing, but it ain't a fluke. It's not a fluke. It's I'm a real deal, and I believe in my ability, and that's all it is really.
And finally, 4 years ago you were here on the undercard. I think you boxed first. It was a great win against Tinoco. This time we know you're only allowed 30 tickets for the event. You got over 100 people just flying out to stand outside the casino on Saturday night and have a bit of food and probably watch live on the zone, waiting for you to finish and come out and join them.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping Michael give me a few more tickets so they can get in. But yeah, a lot of them I told them not to book until I find out the scenario with the tickets, but they booked anyway. And then it is what it is. They've come over, they're going to support. They'll probably be in the Irish bar, wait for me to get out. But first and foremost, I got to get the job done on Saturday, and I know it's going to be a tough fight, and I'm willing to do everything. And like I said, I got 3 kids to provide for, and without me winning on Saturday, them big fights and them big money fights ain't there for me. So I'm going to do everything that is possible to do on Saturday to get that one.
Well, tremendous fight, Joe Cordina against Edward Vasquez at the IBF Super Featherweight World Championship, part of the World Championship doubleheader. As we said, Nontshinga defending his World Championship against Curiel, Suleiman Sissoko defending the WBC silver title against Lucero, and a fantastic rematch as Ramla Ali faces off against Guzman. Again, thank you to Mike Whitstock, to Rudy, to Laurent Pons, to everybody here in Monaco, the Casino de Monte Carlo, SBM. We are delighted to be back for a blockbuster event on Saturday, live and exclusive on DAZN around the world. We're going to face off the fighters now, and then they'll be available to the worldwide media here, and we'll see you for the weigh-in tomorrow and a great night of boxing on Saturday. Thank you.